Barcelona's new manager Hansi Flick is set to usher in an exciting era of his innovative vertical tiki-taka style. Renowned for blending the traditional possession-based approach with swift, incisive forward play, Flick aims to reinvigorate Barca's attacking prowess. Here is how you can set out the Catalan Giants' tactics under Hansi Flick in FC24. In the early stages of Hansi Flick's reign, he has deployed his Barcelona side largely in a 4-2-3-1 system. Now, he has also said that the formation is very fluid. You might see the side deployed in a 4-2-3-1, you might see them deployed in a 4-3-3, or even a 4-4-2, depending on how aggressively they are looking to press. And this is more or less when the attacking midfielder and the striker will press the opposition's backline, mainly the centre-backs, and of course the striker, and look to press and probe and win the ball back higher up the field. And of course, when they are building their attacks, they can at times look to formulate a 4-3-3. So Hansi Flick doesn't really care about the natural formation, he cares about the style, he cares about how well the team are functioning, if they're moving into the right spaces, if they are playing those forward passes. They don't want to just rotate the ball at the back and, circulate it around. They want to play good possession-based football, but going forward. Now, the tactical approach of Hansi Flick is all about vertical tiki-taka. Of course, tiki-taka is all about maintaining possession, looking to rotate play, looking to control the game, with the verticality of the gegenpressing style coming into play with a lot of aggressive forward runs, a lot of aggressive forward passes, a lot of passes that can often catch the opposition out, which is what we have seen so far in the preseason versus Man City, multiple times catching them out, versus Real Madrid, of course, doing the same thing. And in those games, they could have scored a lot more than what they actually did. And against AC Milan, yes, they did struggle at first, but they came back in the game and they were absolutely scintillating with their attacking outlets. So for the tactical vision going forward, I have set this to wing play. Now, essentially, your two wingers will act as inside forwards, looking to attack more or less the similar spaces that the striker would, but at times you also see them out wide. More so, the wing play approach is to try and get the fullbacks into those attacking areas and whipping in crosses and supplying the attackers in the box with those offensive opportunities. For the defense and the defensive style, I have set this to pressing after possession loss, as Hansi Flick does want a side aggressively pressing high up the field, looking to implement that gegenpressing style of football that we have associated with Flick's teams of the past in Bayern Munich and Germany, and even Jurgen Klopp's style of play is kind of being implemented into this Barcelona side. Now, essentially, the team width is set to 10 as they do look to compact as much as possible when out of possession of the ball, looking to flood the opposition into those wider areas. And along with that aggressive compactness and pressing structure, you do want the side pressing higher up the field. You want that backline as high up as possible. Now, I would say 90, maybe against the slightly better sides, decrease it a little bit, maybe down to 80. And maybe against the lesser sides, you can increase it to around 95. But the most important thing is you need to implement a high line in order to successfully initiate those presses. For the offensive approach for Hansi Flick's Barcelona team, the build-up play should be set to fast build-up. Now, this will help get the fullbacks into those wider, more attacking zones, but also it can initiate that verticality that we are looking to try and generate with this team, having those forward runs, having those players advancing into those attacking zone as quick as possible. Now, essentially, you will still want to platform the back, and you can easily do this by calling your center backs and your fullbacks back and playing the ball short into them and then building the ball out from the back. And of course, the two center backs so far have been very vital in initiating that first phase of the build-up, looking to drive with the ball forward and then play those line-breaking passes into the midfield or further forward into the likes of a Robert Lewandowski or one of the wingers who will be looking to attack those central areas of the field at times. So you do want to also incorporate that, but the fast build-up is essentially to try and create those vertical passing options. Now, for the chance creation, I have set this to possession, and this will also have the ball carrier have multiple passing options in and around him, more or less looking to initiate that tiki-taka style of play that we have been speaking about, but also at a slightly faster rate. As for the width of the offense, I have set this to 60. Now, if you want, you can condense it a lot more and drop it to around 20 or 15 even, and this will help condense the attacking structure in those central zones, as Hansi Flick's sides do tend to attack the central areas as much as possible. But for the time being, paired up with the certain player instructions, I think leaving it on 60 and having the wing play approach implemented can also be very effective. And like I say, the player instructions do play a major role with helping narrow the attacking structure, because even though you are looking to stem a lot of your attacks in those central zones, you will also see that the fullbacks will attack the wider areas and more or less supply the width to the side. For the players in the box, I have set this to 8, as Barcelona do tend to flood the attacking zone with quite a few attacking options. More so the likes of Robert Lewandowski, the attacking midfielder, and at times the two wingers will look to develop into that attacking third. For the corners and the free kicks, as always, it should be set to 4. Onto the individual player roles and instructions, starting off at the front with the striker in Robert Lewandowski. Now, as you can see here, I have set him to a balanced width for the support runs, as he does tend to drift at times, not necessarily all the way out to the left or the right flank, but he can look to drift and also vacate that center forward type role for the two narrow wingers to go ahead and attack those central zones. So having him on balance does allow him to successfully incorporate this into the gameplay. For the attacking runs, however, I have set this to mixed, as of course Lewandowski is a complete center forward, he's a complete number 9. And in a Hansi Flick system, you do need a complete number 9. You need a player to make those runs in behind to try and stretch the play. You need a player to be able to at times hold up the ball back into the opposition, or even drop quite deep and link up the play with the midfield. And that is exactly what a mixed attack can produce for the gameplay. The interception should be set to aggressive, as he does tend to press the opposition's goalkeeper, and on the odd occasion, one of the centre-backs will be pressed from the number 9. And then finally, the defensive support will be set to come back on defense. And this paired up with Pau Torre, they will look to drop into that, two-man strike up front partnership and look to aggressively press and probe and, like I say, formulate a 4-4-2 formation. And speaking of the attacking midfielder, he will be set to maintaining a balanced role for the defensive support, the support on crosses, and of course the positioning freedom. You don't really want him doing too much or drifting all over the place, more or less staying in that key number 10 role, being able to at times drop a bit deeper, show some support for the midfield areas, and that is exactly why he's set to a basic defensive support, but also at times, popping up in the box for the odd shot or just an attacking opportunity, or even being on the edge of the area to try and help facilitate the offense for the side. A key element to this number 10 role is the aggressive pressing that you will see from it, whether it's Dani Olmo, Firmino, Pedri, Gavi, Torre, they'll all look to aggressively press and probe and join up with that striker to try and press the opposition's backline and just hurry their offensive approach in that first phase of their build-up. The two wingers of Roque as well as Pau Victor, and this could be Rafinha as well, they will be set to the same roles and instructions, maintaining a basic defensive support, as they can choose to drop quite deep at times, help support the fullbacks, or they can choose to be an outlet ball, which more times than not, the likes of Hansi Flick does like that because it does increase the vertical passing movements. Now, the chance creation as well as the support runs are set to come short as well as cut inside, and this will help narrow their attacking runs and their run patterns to be in and around the striker zones and make sure that they are trying to narrow their attacking focus in those central areas of the field. Now, you will also see here that I have set their interceptions to aggressive, as you do want to implement that very aggressive counter-pressing system, trying to win the ball back, intercept the play, break up the play, make it very difficult for the opposition to stem those passes from the backline into the midfield or further forward. The support on crosses will be set to maintaining a balanced crossing run, as you do tend to see them on the edge of the box at times looking to help facilitate the play, or even breaking into the box like Pau Victor did versus Real Madrid and getting on the end of the potential crosses or cutback opportunities. As you'll see here, for the right wing, he'll be set to the same role and instructions, and I will say this, little marker for Yamal, I don't know if he will have a similar role. I think he will more or less pop up in the half spaces and be a very good playmaker, but he is more so fitted and situated to play more so as a natural right winger, looking to work into those wider right spaces. So that might change come the start of the season. So for the time being, Pau Victor, Roque, as well as Rafinha are all suited to this role. A double pivot of Bernal as well as Casado have done incredibly well, and of course versus AC Milan the other night, it was the likes of İlkay Gündoğan who played in the Bernal role, or the Casado role, I don't know. It was Casado and the likes of Gündoğan. They will both be set to cut pass lanes. You want them to have this good zonal presence, looking to try and break up the play, looking to try and isolate the opposition striker and maybe even potentially the number 10 from the rest of the team, looking to try and break up the play as best as possible. And that is exactly what both of these players will do. Now, essentially for Casado, he plays more of the box-to-box role, looking to drop deep, pick up the ball, be very instrumental in that first phase of the build-up, and then get forward, looking to attack the half spaces, looking to be the linking chain between the deeper midfield and, of course, the rest of the attack. So that is why I have set him to balanced, whereas the likes of Bernal will be set to stay back while attacking. He has been dubbed the new version of Sergio Busquets. He looks to just patrol in those deeper areas of the midfield, looking to break up the play, looking to just rotate possession and progress it further forward. The interceptions will be set to normal for both of them, as you can see here. And essentially, like I mentioned, Casado will be the deep lying playmaker. Both Bernal and Casado can fulfill this role, but of course we are very limited when it comes to FC24 tactics. So I've selected Casado to play as the deep lying playmaker and of course cover the wing, whereas Bernal is set to cover the wing and drift wide for the attacks. Now both Casado and Bernal like I say, Cam plays the deep line playmaker. But also, both of them tend to drift out wide. Because your wingers at times look to try and tuck inside, you do at times need a bit more support in those wider areas. Having the fullbacks as your only real width generators, the likes of your double pivot can also drift into those wider channels and look to try and help supply passing options and attacking options into those wider areas of the field. But for the time being, Bernal will be that, whilst the likes of Casado will be your deep line playmaker. And speaking of your two fullbacks, both of them in Balde as well as Viela, I think that's how you pronounce his name, sorry, all Fort. I do like Fort. I was very impressed with Fort versus, was it Man City? There was the one game where he played very, very well. But for both of them, they'll both be set to maintaining a balanced attack. Now, you might be thinking, but you've just said that they are the width holders. They tend to, whip in crosses and cutbacks. And that is true. And that will definitely be incorporated with the fast build-up. It will encourage them to get further up the field. But you also want them to be set to a balanced attack, as Hansi Flick doesn't mind if one of the fullbacks drops into the backline and helps formulate that back three system. We have seen Balde tend to drop quite deep at times and link up very effectively with the centre-backs with trying to kind of generate that back three system. So both can do this, whilst the other one will venture further forward and be an outlet for the attacks down either the left or the right channel. Now, with this aggressive pressing, it comes from those wider areas as well. So your two fullbacks need to be set to aggressive interceptions, overlap, and of course step up. So when they do get forward, you want them overlapping the left and the right midfielders, but more so you want them to engage, you want them to press high up the field, you want them to press the life out of the wide players from the opposition. And as you'll see here, for the right back, who's actually left-footed, Viela, it's actually crazy how good he is, and he's out of position. But he'll also be set to the same role and instructions as well. The two centre-backs of Martinez and Christensen will be set to the base role and instructions. They'll be very important in trying to establish that first phase build of play. They are also given the license to collect the ball from the goalkeeper and drive further forward, helping create those overloads in those more advanced, higher up the pitch areas. And they can also look to play those line-breaking passes or even switch the play to the opposite flank with a long ball over the top. And then finally, the likes of Andre ter Stegen will be set to come for crosses and maintain the sweeper-keeper role. This role is absolutely vital, especially with your incredibly high line. That is a lot of risk and there's a lot of reward to it, but there is a lot of risk. So you do need your goalkeeper to be playing as that sweeper-keeper, sweeping up, as well as looking to play those pressured passes into the midfield or even into the centre-backs under the press from the opposition. And there you go, people. That is how I would successfully go ahead and implement Hansi Flick's Barcelona tactics from their preseason so far into FC24. I really do hope you have enjoyed this. If you don't mind, smash that like button down below. It's a new era for Barcelona football, I must say. And it's so far from preseason, they have been one of the teams that I have been watching that has impressed me the most. Their style looks incredible. It looks fluid. It looks amazing. But you guys will have to let me know down below in the comment section. Do you agree? Do these tactics translate nicely into FC24? And whilst you're there, don't forget to smash the like button, as well as join up with the Bromspot Gaming Discord server. If you have a Discord and you would like to join, we chat everything FC24, everything FC25, as well as real football. So yeah, feel free, join. Anyways, we are going to hop on into some gameplay where we will discuss these tactics in further detail. Okay, people, Barcelona versus Monaco, as that is going to be their next preseason game at the time of recording this, of course. So anyways, we're going to look to try and establish this vertical tiki-taka style of play, a very aggressive tiki-taka, you could say. And immediately, we are looking to move the ball higher up the pitch, get those runners in behind. We've found the likes of Roque, who's put the ball in the back of the net 4 minutes into the game. You'll love to see it. And we are 1-0 up. Now, I'm pretty sure also Roque has been, obviously, the Wonder Kid has gotten the number 19. So Roque has been changed to 17, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, puts the ball into the back of the net. Some great combination play between the striker who did drop off and get on the ball and then play that ball further forward. And that is exactly what Robert Lewandowski has been able to do so far in the preseason. Supply the wingers with goal-scoring opportunities. And that is why I do also think that a player like Danny Olmo could be great on the wing, or even a player like Nico Williams. Although I don't know if they're going to get Nico Williams, but we'll have to see. Some great defending from the left back that's playing right back and all that good stuff. Anyways, playing it further forward now. Not Roque, I lie. Pau Victor. Great ball into the central areas, back post area. Roque is there. Oh my goodness me. It's splendid. It's sensational. And it is 2-0 inside 10 minutes. And we are absolutely killing Monaco and everything that they're trying to produce. goodness me. Centre-backs doing a thing. As you can see there, Casado dropping quite deep as the deep-lying playmaker, looking to combine with the other centre-backs, and also the full-backs staying a bit deep here, and which is exactly what we are trying to produce. Bernal getting forward, looking just to rotate the play. There we go, lovely. And again, Roque is in. He's just going to take the shot on himself, and he has put it straight into the gloves of the goalkeeper. It could have been a hat-trick inside 17 minutes, though. Well, so far, it has been utter, complete domination. Almost. Roque misplacing a pass. We are looking to aggressively press, though, higher up the field. And honestly, Monaco cannot cope. They cannot cope with us. They want to, but they really cannot. Away from his natural attacking area. Although they have created a nice overlap here. Down the flank. And Balde, oh my god, Balde turned the ball over. Great save. Danger averted thanks to a great save from ter Stegen. And Vale is moving forward now. Plays a great ball into Torre. Torre out wide. Plays a ball back into the right back, who is looking to try and attack here. He is applying some counter-pressing measures. And we are looking to press. Although it has been dealt with. They have played through the press very, very nicely. Balde up against Vanderson, a very good attacking Brazilian right back. Although the goalkeeper's there, claims the ball, and he will look to just drop it on the floor and play it out from the back. There we go. Casado dropping quite deep there. Nicely done, out wide. Pau Victor just running down the touchlines. Not too bad, not too shabby. Good ball straight over the top there. Forward passes, vertical passes, back in there. Back into Casado. Just a little dink pass, and that is going to be 3-0 inside, or just under 40 minutes. Wowza, we are absolutely killing this lot. I mean, they did have that really good attacking opportunity, and they probably should have scored if it wasn't for the heroics of ter Stegen. Into Robert Lewandowski. Oh my goodness me. Robert Lewandowski squares it back into the box, and it is going to be 4-0 just before the break. Yeah, I love to goddamn see that. This is absolute picturesque, beautiful football. You guys really have to let me know down below in the comment section. Do you like this system? Do you like Hansi Flick's style of play? Because I'll tell you right now for free, I really do. Okay, so just taking a look at the stats at halftime, we have maintained a decent amount of the ball, and I will be expecting us to improve on that in the second half. We've only maintained just below 60%, so anything above 60% is what you're going to try and aim for. Although our attacking threat has been there. 5 shots, 4 goals, and expected goals of 2.7. We've had a lot of passes, almost double their passing their passing amounts. The tackles is 9 to just 2, so we have been very, very active when out of possession, laying down the law, looking to press, looking to probe, looking to win the ball back as high up as possible. The pass accuracy is at 93%. I do expect a bit more from the second half. The shot accuracy is at 100%, and the dribble success rate is at 98%. A lot of the possession has been maintained in that wider right space or in the central area, so we will look to try and target the left area. Although I will say Balde has been very solid on the defensive end, with Roque obviously finishing off 2 chances in those first 10 or so minutes. So he has been involved, it's just he hasn't been as involved in the build-up play. And then finally onto the passes, and as you can see there, a lot of our passes have stemmed from that wider right area. And of course, a lot of passes from the midfield zones have been in great combination. The left-hand side does need to improve, although their finishing end product has been there, whether it's defending or putting the ball in the back of the net. Casado gets played in here from Robert Lewandowski, who plays it beautifully. And Casado, as that box-to-box presence, puts number 5 in the back of the net. Well, this time Balde's on the ball now. What can he produce? Can he whip in a potential cross? He has found Robert Lewandowski! Oh my goodness me. We've come away with the ball still. Into Pau Victor, who gets a touch and he gets a turn. Although the defense was there to attack or get the ball back. Robert Lewandowski collects the ball, pops off a shot and puts it in the back of the net himself. And we are averaging a goal every 66 minutes. And this is on Legendary, by the way. Of course, I would like Ultimate, but that's mainly for career mode. But this is on Legendary. We are absolutely dismantling everything and anything Monaco have to say about Barcelona's playstyle. Anyways, A goal every 11 minutes, not too bad, not too shabby. Can we get to 10? That would be cool. That would be really cool. Come on, defend, defend, defend. Oh my goodness me. That's some bad defending, although Monaco get on the score sheet. It's 6-1. Let's not hope for any comebacks or anything of that nature. But anyways, we go again. We build out. We had a bit of an offensive breakdown that led to that goal. Although I must say, apart from that, our defense has been really, really good. Like, I haven't been under stress or pressure at all. That's a foul, referee. That is a foul. Yellow card. Okay, you hold that. And also, with the fullbacks not always just bombing forward, they do tend to, but not always bombing forward. They do position themselves quite nicely for any potential interceptions and stuff. Although, Balde places it across the face of goal, and Pal Victor, almost the preseason wonder kid, gets on the score sheet himself. Great ball into Robert Lewandowski. Oh, I was looking for the central pass. I was looking for that central pass. And that should be the game in a nutshell. Referee, blow the whistle. Let's go. 6-1 demolition of Monaco. We might be seeing that on Monday night. But yes, those are the tactics. Don't forget to smash the like button down below, please. Okay, so I didn't really complete my job of getting above, 60% possession. Although we did do okay with the possession in the second half. 58% in our favor. An expected goals of 3.8. We scored 6. We had 8 shots with a shot accuracy of 100%. So all of our shots were literally on target, which is crazy. The tackles 21-7. So we were incredibly reactive, proactive in trying to win that ball back. And of course, the tackles won were only 4. I don't understand exactly how, because we won a lot of tackles. But yes, anyways, don't forget to join up with the Discord, smash the like button, comments down below, please. And of course, until the next one, until the next time, I hope you guys have a smashing goddamn day, and I'm out of here. Peace.